Here we are for the top-up show Saturday at Randwick. It's wet, it's miserable, decimated with scratches, but great to be at the track.
And it's the grumpy old men version of the top-up show.
No Paul Daly, so the third grumpy's not here. He's not really grumpy, he's just always analytical, sitting there.
Yeah, and we've lost Gord to, well, who knows what.
Forever?
He's sort of on tour, or he's holding the hand of a British tourist.
And of course all of a sudden the noise starts in the background, Mark, just as we start this.
Okay, well, such is life.
We'll keep moving on.
Yeah. So it's rained since we did the previous show. It's you must be happy with that, Glenn?
Oh, I'm excited. A bit disappointed. 3 or 4 6-horse races, which doesn't make for great wagering, but the meeting in the second half of the cards really held up, and I think there's a bit of value. I hope the parade ring provides it.
Well, so what about the fact that the June Stakes and the 2,000 metre race, which you loved, the 3-year-old 2,000 metre race, have held up remarkably?
Remarkably, and
Can you hear
old mate in the background there, friend of ours. Yeah, remarkably, like, why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have that many alternatives, although there were 2 horses that were down to go at Hawkesbury. So anyway, we kick off with a 2-year-old race that's held together quite well. There's obviously good support for the for my tip, which is the God of Thunder, which has trialled since its last run.
Been very solid all morning. My phone hasn't stopped ringing about it. I don't know much about it. I suspect that a lot of people feel it's going to win.
And for your fans, Glenn, where's your starting point before you look at them?
Slight interest in 4 and slight interest at 6 at this stage. Early days, and but a good starting platform that race.
And a good guide, I think.
I think a good guide too, for sure.
Race 2's been cut right about. The country folk don't want to come here to a wet Randwick. There's multiple scratchings, and Rumba Queen's now into 7 of all.
Almost a non-betting race now. It does look top pick, and but any type of value we were going to get, I mean, I was looking forward to having a good result, and the line's like halved its quote this morning, and I just don't think there's much doing in the race, Mark.
Go the Gantry is my secret find there, but Rumba Queen on the backup is entitled to be favourite. Race 3, and once again, fairly well cut about, and you keep losing horses you give none to.
I know, that was the disappointing about the thing. I was so bullish about a few horses yesterday not being able to win. They've all been scratched.
Yeah. Yeah, so look, she knows is now back on the way out, but she's still only 5-2, Glenn. So I guess that's something for you.
I was very bullish against her yesterday. Now in a 6-horse race, you know, I'm tipping Revenir, Brook Magic, 2 Hopes. Again, not much of a betting race.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they come for Lipizan, given that she's done nothing in 2 runs back, but on the quick backup with the blinkers on strikes what may be favourable track conditions for her. And also a guide to plays later on in the day, I think. If Lipizan, the wet tracker, is seen as such and performs as such, then there'll be a much stronger focus on wet trackers later.
And I think the more this rain keeps drizzling, Mark, the more we're going to be looking at wet trackers. This is really getting damp and cold now.
Interestingly, the penetrometer barely backtracked with like 8 mils in between yesterday morning and this morning. It was pretty much the same, so maybe it just gets wet and doesn't get much wetter.
Maybe.
The 2,000 metre race, the Raja's close to even money, which seems cramped to me.
Seems tight odds to me.
No real market movers in the race. So big hello to Molly here. Do you want to come on the top-up show?
Well, I don't top up unless I get drunk. I don't drink no more.
Piss off, Meldrum.
I top up with a brothel.
Another good man.
Yeah.
I'm not so much about that race, man.
The mile race, we've lost the progressive fierce impact. Still 5 very good chances to go around with a roughie to boot. I am serious. Will she firm or like she's 11-8 at the moment?
The stink of the Volpe race holds her back, and I think she'll get out of touch. I don't know where the support will come from. Will it come for Bastia, or will it come for something else? Monasterio maybe.
Well, you've got two longer price Wallers plus the Agravano. We don't know where he sits on the totem pole.
Yeah. Again, a tricky little race.
The 3-year-old staying race. Of course, we lost the one horse that everyone wanted to oppose, which was Emerl, which was strangely posted as favourite. 2 movers this morning are Jolly Honour and Porcupines. Porcupines with the time off, Jolly Honour with the step up in distance.
I didn't like the look of Porcupines with the time off, and Jolly Honour, I was surprised how strong it was this morning. These reliable man horses go very well in the wet, and I suspect that's where it's come from.
Okay, the 2 mile race, well, Wallace scratched Mazaz and Mornington, so now we're faced with Destiny Skiss at 7 of or Ducan at 5-2, and a team of...
Bit pedestrian, a bit boring.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see if the class asserts itself here, because we've got, I don't know, some strange-looking...
handed in into $6 this morning, Mark. Very, very solid. I don't understand with the 4 weeks off, considering his last one was on the backup.
I know, it seems strange, but it is a strange race.
Red dreamed to run an interesting race here, I think.
The June Stakes, which is the feature, I thought so holds his position. The mover this morning is Oriental Runner.
Extraordinary. I still think it's a Wednesday horse, this horse.
So what are they seeing there? That's maybe they're liking the draw.
Yeah, possibly.
You know, when we look at the map, Oriental Runner, there it is, the widest speed horse.
Yeah. Late after this, going through things this morning, the scratchings in my top-up, my best bet of the days in this race is Shiraz, each way at about the $13, will be in the finish, punters.
Could have the right lane there, Shiraz. And the nightcap, my girl Rachel King's on my tip chalk. And
not a hopeless tip, Mark. You're spot on when I checked the tapes late last night.
Noir 2-1 seems a favourite that we could be looking to oppose.
A touch. I think Chalk's going to run a really good race. I think you're on the ball there. I like the look of it last night. There's other bits and pieces. Star Reflection, obviously Noir, and Fragonard.
Yeah.
Look, it's an interesting card, Mark, and it's definitely going to be a wet track, punter. So.
And it's a feeder card for perhaps the next few weeks, because we get wet in June, we stay wet for June.
Want to get involved here at Racing Rant? It's obviously just a top-up show. We do 3 other longer shows during the week, a whole service of tips and this and that and laughter. All our customers we have are all very, very happy and love what we do. So email Mark, get on board. 2 weeks for free, and if you want a 3rd week, we'd throw it in as well. We just want you to come and join our club of racing enthusiasts.
Yeah, so RacingRant.com. You're obviously watching us through YouTube or Facebook. You'll find us there as well. And happy punting today.
Good luck.